Throughout this module, we talked about a number of different ways we can set our field values as part of the creation of our objects. What we want to understand is the order that those values get set, or the order that these operations occur. As you would expect, object creation occurs in a predictable pattern, right, or predictable path. So let's imagine we have this class here we'll call it our over-initialized class. We'll put a field in here called the field, and let's go ahead and give it a getter. One of the first ways we learned about how we can initialize a field is through field initializers, right? And that is actually the first step in the creation of an object. So if we take our field here called the field, set it equal to 1, if I then in a program create an instance of this class and then print out the value of the field, I'll print out the value 1. The next phase is to run the initialization blocks. So if we take this same class and now we add an initialization block that sets the value of the field to 2, even though we still have a field initializer that sets it to 1, when we run the code that prints this out, it's now going to print out 2 because the initialization block ran after the field initializers ran, right? So it would overwrite that value. And then the final phase is construction. So again, we take our same class and now we add a constructor that sets the field to 3. When we run the code to print this out, it'll now print out the value 3. Now you're looking at this, you obviously wouldn't want to do what we do here, right? We actually, set a field to something in a field initializer, then change it in an initialization block, then change it in a constructor. You're not going to do that. But as your classes get more sophisticated, you'll find that your fields start to depend on the values in one another. So it's important to understand this order as you use the fields and set up the fields inside your class. The most common mistake I see people make is that they'll do work in an initialization block that gets invalidated by work that occurs later in a constructor. So just keep this order in mind as you're setting up your classes.